Now, today marks World Cancer Day, with ongoing research and technology helping draw closer to the effective detection and treatment of cancers improving every day. We now take a look at how advances in personalized medicine and biomedical technology can offer new hope in cancer patients. Joining us is Prof Anna-Mart Engelbrecht from the Cancer Research Group in the Department of Physiological Sciences at the Stellenbosch University. Prof, thank you so much for your time and joining us this morning. How do you foresee personalized medicine and biotechnology contributing to the advancements in cancer treatments for patients in the near future?
Thank you for the opportunity to talk about our research. For personalized medicine, usually cancer patients, and actually patients for all diseases, are treated with the same therapy for the same type of disease. But as we know, we all differ. We have a different genetic makeup, and for cancer, our tumors also have different genetic makeup. So if we have, for instance, one person with breast cancer and another person with breast cancer, and we compare their tumors, it's totally two different tumors with different genetic mutations. So with the advancements of gene therapy and also the genetic sequencing of the tumor, so now we can look at the genetic signature of each tumor and also of the patient, and now we can detect these different mutations in different patients, and now we can direct the therapy directly to these specific mutations. So that's why the therapy for personalized medicine is much more effective than one-size-fits-all patients that we used to do. And with the technology, one of the advances in the technology is with the advancement of all the engineering side of the development of new technologies. We can now develop sensors and for detecting cancer much earlier. So we can use with a drop of blood, we can detect the circulating tumor cells in the blood, and these circulating tumor cells, we can also do genetic sequencing on them and determine the mutations. And now we can see if the tumor spread to a different site in the body, what will be the signature of that tumor, and then the therapy can also be directed to that specific tumor. So there's now a huge increase in the reduction in the cost of genetic sequencing for patients. So now patients can afford to do genetic sequencing, and this make it much more affordable for all patients to do that and to direct the therapy against specific mutations.
And that's a very important one, Prof, because especially when we do speak of cancer, access to certain treatments is what differentiates between those that are able to survive and those that unfortunately don't make it. How much access is given to a broader generation with regards to this technology?
Yeah, that is the aim of our work, is to just give, because at the moment state patients don't have access to this technology. But as the technology becomes cheaper and cheaper, it will be affordable and accessible also to state patients. So that is our big aim in our research, to do that, to make it affordable. And that is also one of the aims of I'm involved in a startup company of the university, BioCode, and we develop these sensors for early detection of the disease. And this is like very cheap sensors. We want it to be like a diabetes sensor. So you take a little drop of blood, and then you can detect the disease in that. Our sensor is for inflammation, and as you know, inflammation is widely associated also with cancer.
As South Africa, Doc, I mean, you are part of a research team that is putting some ongoing work with regards to finding solutions with regards to cancer and technology. How far are we as a country, or how advanced are we as a country with regards to these technological advancements?
I think, we compare with the rest of the world very well with the technology and the advancements. So the big thing is the affordability for us. We compare with groups in the United States and also in Europe that receive millions of dollars and euros for funding, while we receive in rand funding, and we must import a lot of the things that we are using for our research. And as you know, the rand euro exchange rate is not good for us. But we do a lot with the little money we receive. We really train a lot of students, and I can say that our training compare really with the best in the world.
So apart from funding, what would you say are some of the key challenges or limitations in implementing personalized medicine approaches for cancer patients?
I think the only limitation at the moment is funding. And also immune therapy is like the new kid on the block, and a lot of in private sector they start using immune therapy now more and more, but it's extremely expensive. It is for one patient, for one treatment, just for one treatment, it can be to R1 million for one treatment of some of the immune therapy. So this is actually for most of the patients in South Africa, even for the private patients, it's unaffordable, and the medical aids only pay for some of these patients, and the oncologist must motivate very, very well for a patient to pay for the immunotherapy. But this is also one of the new advancements in cancer treatment.
Of course. And are there any ethical considerations, Prof, surrounding personalized medicine and cancer treatment, particularly with regards to genomic data privacy and informed consent?
Yes, definitely. I won't say for the tumor to do sequencing of the tumor, but definitely if they're doing sequencing of the patient, because if we look at a gene that is often mutated in patients with breast cancer is the BRCA gene. So if you have the BRCA mutation, but you don't have cancer yet and you do genetic sequencing, so then it is very important that the genetic counselor is also involved, or in that team, that the genetic counselor can guide the patient, because the chances that you will get with a BRCA mutation cancer is very, very high, but you might not have cancer yet, and how you will then change your lifestyle and so on to prevent that you will get the cancer.
Lastly, Prof, in your opinion, what role can healthcare professionals play in educating and guiding cancer patients about the benefits and limitations of personalized medicine and biotechnology?
I think the cancer patients now start also to come forward, and then a lot of the cancer conferences, they also now have patients patients to deliver their testimony of how it was for them to go through this whole process, because sometimes the practitioners are not really so involved that they know about the emotional how emotional burnout and all these type of things that will happen emotionally to the cancer patient. So it is very important that the cancer patients, and now also with a lot of, last year we actually had a talk on, and we also involved cancer patients. So the cancer patients were involved, and they were also giving their testimony of how it was for them to go through this whole process. So I think that is one of the main important things, that the patients must also come up and tell us and the public what it is to go, and that the cancer is not a death sentence.
Most certainly. Prof, thank you so much for your time, for joining us, and for all the endeavors that you are embarking on as a research team in ensuring that we curb all the cancers that affect people in South Africa and beyond. Thank you so much for your time.